Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to RAILGRADE. Geez, I've tried recording this a couple of times. The starting cutscenes seem to be stuttering occasionally, so we'll see how we go. Now, I've already done an overview of this on the main channel, so you're not seeing double. This is my second channel, and this is where we're going to do some more like Let's Plays as we did back in the day. I crave it, I want to play through this, and I wouldn't mind going deeper, you know, trying to get to end game, having some deeper commentary. I enjoy that, so bugger it, we'll just do it here, okay? A few things, sort of housekeeping, because we already did the first 30 minutes on the other channel. We are starting fresh here. I'll probably just make this episode an hour long, so we can cover something new in this episode. I did play a little bit more of this off channel. I've reset the save. So we're probably not going to see anything super new for me personally in here, but it's fine because, you know, the theory crafting and conceptualization starts to begin because this game is obviously about logistical efficiency. Also worth noting is that this soundtrack is getting copyright claimed like crazy. That's fine, whatever, but it's a fantastic soundtrack. It's part of the package. I'd rather not turn it off. There is a streamer mode. And if you do that, enable, it just turns the fucking soundtrack off. Which I think, no, not cool. So look, I'll do your deal. I will just play it with the soundtrack. I bet most creators won't. I'll take the monetization hit. But if you want to actually subscribe or even join the other channel as a member, because my main channel's monetized, this one isn't yet because it's small, that would be cool. That would be pretty helpful. But if not, that's fine as well. I'm just a dickhead who plays video games on YouTube. I'm not that worried, you know, if it doesn't get that monetized. Anyway. Let's go. Let's start from scratch. I think I've covered everything. I plan on doing a block of episodes of this and seeing how it's well, it's not even how it's received. If I want to make more episodes.
On behalf of all of us at Nakatani Chemicals, I'd like to bid you welcome to our colony. We have recently identified a significant opportunity to improve the current infrastructure of the planet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. We're getting a stutter
administrator to help us implement
this
a new mode
cutscene.
of transportation. One that once conquered Earth's old frontiers.
But
the railway.
We weren't always. Like I said, I tried recording before. We're going to skip it. We're going to skip it because it's stuttering. It's on the main channel anyway, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, so we'll skip through this. It's just cool backstory. Nakatani Chemicals, off-world colonies. We're here to bloody make railways. That's all that really matters, right? Brought up to speed. Oh my god, okay, so we have to tutorialize again. That's fine. We will zip through it. Alright. Export energy. I actually really appreciate this tutorial, to be honest. Let's see if we can sort of zip through it. But essentially, you have to export X energy. Now, I wonder how long it holds your hands, because this game isn't pure sandbox. It is constantly objective driven, by the look of it. Okay. What do you want to hear? Geothermal power plant and the Zeppelin dock. Okay, well we can do that. We'll just do something like... Probably do that. To that. Track doesn't have to loop. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put a station here. Like that. Oh my god, the smallest train track ever, but whatever. Okay. Right, add a boiler, add an energy block, off we go. that'll deliver like crazy. Now there is like a logic that a lot of this is built on, which can be leveraged. The way that it reverses and turns back, and then you're like, well, why would I make a loop? And that's a good question. Maybe you want to have a mega loop that goes through all the stations. Well, you know. But it'll be good once we get through these earlier levels when we can start to really theory craft like a madman. You can see up here you've got a timer. There's no pause. So a lot of sweatlords will probably have a fucking sook about that. But that's why I said this game is more puzzle game. Or rather, it's like taking a logistical management game like a Transport Fever or something like that and saying, we're going to turn it into a puzzle scenario thing based on that foundation. So even though at its core, a lot of the loop mechanics are in fact train management tycoon games, that's why I'm kind of saying it's almost not a train game, because the meta concept is an against the clock puzzler that is scenario based. Whereas like Transport Fever is pretty much just sandbox freeform, right? Anyway, that's just what I think. What I know. I'm just a guy who plays video games. All right. So let's do the next one. We're just gonna skim over this. All right, the tutorial sort of stuff. It is just sort of flavor text. It's not really going anywhere. This train wants to deliver water to the city in the bottom of the hill. Yeah. Yep. Station will accept water. Right? What do you want me to do? You want me to do the camera? I can do that. And use shift. And I can scroll. Right, got it. H and L. H and L? Really? Yuck. Gross, let's not do that. F and V sort of move your tracks up and down, and that's handy dandy. Now with this we can click the train and change his switch. And we'll change that one. Change that one. Probably. Am I doing it right? Maybe not. Switch to train ride. F, right? Which I think, this is so cool, right? Hang out on the train. So what did we learn? We learned that you can switch tracks, basically. We get S rank, and that gives us vouchers. And there's a voucher store which gives you upgrades that vary from like extra soundtracks for the rotation, but also building upgrades. I don't think it gives you straight up. Well, it might give you industry. Like, I think the geothermal plant has to be unlocked. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. You can always pause and read this yourself. I won't be skipping over it forever. Just this beginning part that I already have covered. You know, I don't want to make it suck eggs if someone saw the other video already. Select the steel mill. Alright, got it. What do you want? Got to put it iron and coal. 2 per makes 2 steel. Though the storage capacity, I think, is really king. That's what tells you the most. Alright, so we've got the coal mine over here. And we've got an iron mine over here. Nice. So, let's see. We've got inputs, we've got this working away. Uptime is a really interesting stat. That's probably the stat in this game to govern your efficiency. Again, I've only played a few hours, like it's still very early days. Right, so select the steel mill, is that what you said? Assign 8 workers to the steel mill. Right, so this affects the efficiency, and you can see it shows you the math. Workforce, times level, plus a catalyst component as well. And essentially put as many workers in there as you can. And then later on, you're going to get towns that you draw the workers from that have demands that you can grow the towns to generate more workers. It's all pretty cool. Okay, now we're on the clock. No, we're not on the clock yet, but I think we will be. Here we go, initial setup, right? Until you meet these conditions, we're good. So you can kind of exploit that, I think. You get full refund. I think this is great. This makes up for not having the pause button. That you can do a setup and you can refund like crazy, and then when you pull the trigger, off you go, right? One thing that I think, more than any other train game, funnily enough, the rotation, the grade, the angle, fucking with your train's momentum, like to me that seems to be the biggest component in this, which it tragically isn't in a lot of train games. Like I've dabbled because that's what I do, I cover everything, but maintaining momentum is pretty important. Now you do have to stop at stations and that kills momentum immediately. So I'm not necessarily against the idea of these little back and forths, right? These little train lines, because train's got to stop, train's got to stop. Whatever. The real question comes from, you want uptime as max as possible, and this won't necessarily facilitate enough transference, right? The other thing bearing in mind is these stations unload at a rate of, we can see 1 freight transfer per second per length. So if you had this to be 2 long, right, and then 2 on the other end, it would essentially unload 2 carriages worth in 1 second. These also have a ceiling of 6 long. So then, you know, it's all starting to sort of fall into place. Anyway, so let's put a train here, boiler engine and 2 coal. Do that, and now the clock's starting. So maybe I could have not done that. Now this is interesting because surely this will outpace the uptime. However, its storage is going to fill up as well. So that's where the bottleneck is. So bottlenecking, you got to work end backwards, specifically in this game. So we'll do the same thing over here. So there's a slope and we're not going to be able to get around that. Let's do that because I'm pretty sure you can't build a station entity on a slope. No, right? So we'll do that. So we've got 2 there. That's kind of perfect, actually. Train that way. Bang. 2 iron. Alright. So we're waiting for iron storage. There we go. Now it's manufacturing steel. Do we have any other buildings? We've got worker housing, but that's just static. It's not a city. It's just because this is pseudo-tutorial that we're still in. But at the moment we're producing that. And that, honestly, I think that'll probably end the level once we hit 4. Yeah, uptime is king. Yeah, I really like it. It's a good example to me of having appropriately narrow scope. I think it's contemporaries in the transport tycoon type games, Transport Fever, right? Not that no, they're giants in the space. They're fantastic, but they're so focused on simulating everything at such a massive scale, whereas this is a much smaller and tighter bite of the pie. And you sort of maneuver within that smaller space. You optimize within a smaller scale. And I think that's wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, my sort of working concept is like an appropriate bite of the pie. A smaller bite of the pie. You're an indie studio. You're not expected to make Witcher 3 or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So behave accordingly, though Witcher 3 is an indie game technically. Not the greatest example, but I think you understand. Alright. Now I believe we did do this in the first video. This first region. First job. Look at this, stuff's already happening. Oh, that's right, they wanted me to fix the railway. I do remember this. Well, hopefully you remember this. This wasn't just me on my own. Alright. Find the track tool. Got it. Yeah, so how much speed do they lose in corners? See, that doesn't really seem to be losing speed in the corners. Do you know what I mean? I wonder about that. Because that'll make a huge difference. Yeah. See, look, it seems to gain speed downhill. Look at this train's on a collision course. Yeah. So they ghost through each other, which I think is so inspired because it works poorly. Poor efficiency. So if you're trying to min-max, you just want that never ever to happen. The one thing that I do want to try and get my head around is having things backing up at stations. Alright. Select one of the trains. Add additional 3 more water and a boiler, I think is what they were asking. Okay. Need to deliver water to the Zeppelin dock. Sure. So, here's the thing. Let's say I make a new train. Train, there. Tell me about this boiler. Now, what stats have we got here? Acceleration, climb rating, weight, rated weight, turnaround. Oh, you know what? That's the point. That's how quickly it will turn around if you make a one track. So what I'm taking away from this is that actually cornering doesn't affect momentum at all. How can we test this? See, now this is trying to get up to speed. 17 kilometers to... Oh, well, there's a readout. It's not slowing down. See, it slows down significantly going up the slope. And then we're going to ghost. Let's grab this bloke here. So look at that. That's going to speed right up 40. Though, it decelerates. You can see there into the corner. It comes back down to its top speed fairly quickly. Now, let's see what happens here when they back up. They just wait, do they? They just politely wait. Okay. So I have to increase my export rate. Oh, you can put a station at elevation. It's just not at incline. Ah, I feel like there might be technology later on for me to... Wait. What do you mean later on, Scarlet? It already exists. What is this? Okay, so it looks like I can put one layer of higher track. That's kind of cool. That's kind of rad. And you can see over here, you can sort of have the station a little bit removed. One block by the look of it, right? That's cool. Alright. Well, let's make our own little thing. Oh, I should have been paying attention. I don't want to... We've got to get S ranking! Alright, so let's just do that, just to know that we can. I guess, yeah, none of this really matters. Like, it's gonna go fast as fuck. Alright. This can only store 4 at a time. So my sort of reasoning here... 4, right? We'll put 4 on the other end. Can I do it like that? And it still counts as long as the end of the station touches? I think that works. Alright, let's watch its speed. So obviously it's going to slow down when it docks. Right, 1 second should be able to load up all of the water. Seven, 8, 2, 9, 30. 31. Yeah, right. Perfect. Now, it's not quite up to pace there. However, you could upgrade it. Boost base production speed. So it goes to 150% and it steps out our storage to 8. All right. So that should be interesting. Let's see how that manifests. Because the other thing is, I believe if this station was full, not that it can be full, but well, actually, if it was full and the train couldn't take on, the train doesn't stop, which is pretty crazy to try and leverage, if you think about it. However, so this is at 100% uptime. I think it is. So if we were to introduce a catalyst, we could increase that speed. And this doesn't necessarily need more than 4 at the exit. Yeah. Look at that, it managed to build 4 in time. This is, I'd call this balanced. I would call that a balanced sort of station. Okay, so let's look at this elevation over here. Oh, we completed the mission anyway. Nice. So we got S rank, we got our vouchers. Cool. Yeah, I like it. It really scratches the idiosyncratic itch. Alright. And you can sort of go back, see here, record finish, S rank, we got 5 vouchers. So that's what it's all about, is vouchers. Good job on the delivery, you've learnt the basics of track construction. Your colony needs energy, lots of it. Oil power plants. I'm pretty sure, I should have gone back and checked the video. I'm pretty sure we covered this. But an oil well linked into a power plant generates energy, and then you can send that on as well. Export energy. Clock hasn't started. I wonder what's going to cause the clock to start. That is interesting. There's the bank. The bank took me a hot second to figure out, actually. You can deposit money, and that will give you an income on top of it, right? So you can sort of delete your money. Usually it's about juggling debt from a loan, right? But yeah, in this case, it's more you can choose to just deposit your money as an investment to give you a sort of a higher tick rate. Voucher exchange, right? Custom engine, optimized to enhance climbing and speed. Excessive tuning limits weight capacity. Oh. Okay. Let's unlock that. Let's unlock geothermal plant. How many vouchers have I got? 4. Oh, this is free? Give me that. No, I want to buy the musics, but okay, that's interesting. So that train is better at climbing, but not really good at too much weight. Okay, okay. There's the Zeppelin dock. There's the power plant there. We've already got an oil well. We've got a shitload of oil wells, to be honest. Can we get... Yeah, there we go. Get something happening here. Well, that's good, because I was worried that the turning gradient would slow you down, but it's not. It's only elevation that really matters at all. So you want to avoid it as much as possible, but like in this case, there's nothing for it. That's about as clean as we're going to be able to get for this particular run. And then, now, because there's 2 oil wells, Might be a different story. I'm curious how it load balances this. I mean, let's just put 4. Right? Let's put... This is interesting. How would you... Maybe we tactically favor the downslope. Right? Because it's going to decelerate here drastically. And then you'd want it to get through that station as quick as possible. I don't know. Yeah, where would you favor the downslope or the upslope? No workers assigned. Let's fill that up. Train. Right. Okay, tell me more about these. Cheap price, tuned power. No. What if I put that on? Climb rating, 40%. Climb rating, 75%. Yes, that's insane, right? Whereas top speed... Is this just objectively better? 74, 4.3. Oh my god, right? Weight, 26 ton. 26 ton. Rated weight, 66 ton. Rated weight, 36 ton. Ah! Right? Right. There you go. So this engine is only rated for essentially 2 of these. However, if I put this on, it increases your rated weight. That's... Alright, now we're starting to crunch numbers. This is why I wanted to stand up this channel on the side. I mean, there's other games I want to play, like narrative, fun ones and all that, but the ability to sort of dig a bit deeper, I enjoy doing that with my community or whatever you'd like to call yourselves. Okay, cool. Cool. So let's do that. Now what happens if you start mixing? Climb rating 57%. 75. Oh. Right, so we start getting this weird hybrid shit going on. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, well the important thing is... One, two, three, four, 5. 66 ton. Let's start with that, right? Appropriate engine for appropriate weight. The acceleration was dipping a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Finalize train. And then the clock probably started then. Cool. Okay, same story. Let's get a track going over to here. Oh, look at it struggle to get up there. Rough. We might have to change that. We'll see. Because what is interesting here is it can take 8. Now, what can this take? Infinite. However, this can only make 4. What if we do this? Station. Station. Train. We'll put the custom on that. And 2, because that's its weight. Alright, we'll leave that be for the moment. Nicely done. There are ways to get high performance. Let's talk about catalysts. Yeah. Select either the oil plant. Yeah. So the catalyst creates a multiplier constant in the equation, which is pretty cool. So that's going to get us to build a water pump, right? Now, the more that we can squeeze in there, the better, I would say. I reckon we could probably do something like that, right? Yeah, like if I had to, I could do something like... Like that, right? God, how much am I going to spend here? That might be the best I can do, just at a blush. Provide an oil well with water. Alright, well how... Do you reckon I can get away with leveling that? Looks like I can, actually. Can I... No, can't do it there, though. Okay. I could probably run a one back and forth here. Like that, right? Yeah. So let's see. Top speed 33, 2.3. Oops. 16. Oh my god, that's insane. So if you can get away with it, we really want the custom almost every time. Oh look, we'll have it push. Now they don't really need the catalyst. They're doing fine. This is struggling though. Alright, so what we might do is... We can clone that train, I believe. Oh no, it's the wrong load. Yeah, once he's going downhill, he's going better. We're just going to delete this bloke. Yeah, I think this might be the better move. Yeah. This is good. I'm enjoying poking and prodding, you know? And what we could do is... Let's double that up, right? And just have the different ones running around and seeing what happens. They should still move at the same speed, same pace. Provide the oil power plant with water. Oh, I didn't realize I needed to do that as well. That might be a little bit trickier. Oh yeah, that'll work. That's about as good as we could hope for, I would say. Ugh. It's a bit shit. Alright. Do they weigh the same? 26. Oh right, 16 for the engine. It's 10 ton each. That's fine. Yeah, so these really shouldn't catch each other up, I don't think. How's that going though? Oh right, and then now this is... No, let's... That catalyst really boosted our production rates. Okay, right. Voucher exchanges. Oh, I already jumped the gun on that. Select the voucher exchange. Let's put that upgrade license to use. Select the power plant. Alright, we got an upgrade for it. That must be why it was free. So let's buy it to increase production and capacity. There we go. Cool. So now we got to meet the export needs. We got all our unlocks as well. Total produced. We're already halfway through S grade, so might be a problem. So the question would be, do we want longer trains like this, or do we want split trains? Because it's going to be the exact same upkeep, is it not? I guess the bottlenecking would be less severe if it was, you know, like this. Oh! Oh! Wait, could they load together? How fascinating. They can share the... This will be interesting to see. Oh, actually, I don't know if they're going to bottleneck. Yeah, look, he unloaded halfway back on the station. Ooh, isn't that interesting? That's pretty crazy. So lots of little trains, because they're still using the same upkeep, because I'm still using the same amount of engines. You know? How's this... Look, now the energy output's a problem. Move out, we're holding up the line. Right, because he didn't have enough room to unload. Alright. So if you can afford it, make the stations as long as possible. So he'll go all the way to the front of the station to unload, so he doesn't hold the line up. But if they take more than a second, like each tick, right? So if I had one block and 10 carriages, it'd take 10 seconds to unload, and it would seem that they will just move off if they're holding up trains. That is pretty cool. So you can only make these 6 long. Wait, can't you? That doesn't look like 6 to me. No, it's exactly 6, Scarlet, you fucking idiot. Wait. Can I do... I've got 2 stations on that track there. So they're stopping at this station, and he's passing through that station. Oh, skipping station, no freight. Oh, Scarlet, you cheeky double dipping motherfucker. Ooh. Oh, that is evil. But the station presumably has upkeep. It does. All right. Alright, so what's going on here? Uptime 44%. We're running out of oil inputs. What's going on there? Yeah, so we're actually not producing enough there. We're about to finish the mission anyways, but our next step would be scaling oil production. Can we do that with this? Yeah. Spend all my hard-earned cash. So that should upgrade the output a little bit more. Right. That's crazy. Though it's not necessarily as efficient as I'm sort of assuming. Well, would it really matter? I don't know if it would be helpful. As much as I figured out how to do that, I don't know how helpful that'll actually be. We'll use a portion of the emergency energy to re-establish our network connection. The other region told us that you're actually not all that bad. Even said you're humble, which is pretty rare for an Earther. Nice to finally work for an administrator who's not an elitist. Oh, well, that's nice. Now, I think maybe we're getting into new territory. Workhorse engine. Higher speeds at medium freight length. Never fastest, but a safe pick for busy administrators. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Well, Gotta think about it, hey? To me, I think as long as you have to be pushing the train to its rated weight. I think you just have to. Now, do you mix and max and create a hybrid number? I mean, maybe? Why would you do that? I have to think about that. Okay, cool. Cool. Yep, sorry. I'm getting distracted thinking about it. Anyway, like I said, look, pilot program. First of many is the plan. So I will record more of these and put them up. Just hang tight and we'll put them up on the channel. A bit of retreading, but that's, so it goes. Sometimes you just got to try the game to know that you like it, and I really like this game. Anyway, I don't need to make excuses, whatever. I'm sure people are probably just happy that I'm playing through this whole cloth, or at least doing big chunks of it, that's for sure. Alright, team, keep tuned, subscribe to all my shit, that sort of stuff. I won't bang the drum about that on every episode, just the beginning of one of these blocks, because why not? I'll just leave it there for the time being, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
It'll put you in the pink, and all you have to do is drink, 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 drink.